everyone? Welcome to the second episode of Everything But the News. We got some new faces here.
I'm Anthony, of course.
Andres. Adam.
Yeah, so we had a late night last night with our game and ended up going a little bit longer than we thought. So some people are missing, but they unfortunately don't like to grind it out like we do, you know? But today we got a fun Friday show filled with sports, and we got some more pre-recorded segments where we do some athletes of the week, some sports talk with top 5 clips, and we talk about the Super Bowl. And then we go on to some music, and then end it off with who should win Rookie of the Year. So it should be a fun show. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, it's great. It's a Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Can't go wrong, dude. Great day.
Made it to the end of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing better. Making it to the weekend.
That's right, bro.
And to talk about, we have a lot of good stuff to talk about. I'm very interested in the show today.
I like the 4 host thing. It's interesting.
Yeah, it does add adds a dynamic to it for sure.
Yeah.
And to get right into the sports stuff, let's go to actually something I made back in the studio, my Player of the Week video. So let's cut right to that. Welcome to the first episode of Athlete of the Week. In this segment, we will be looking at the athlete who's shined the brightest over the past week. This could be in baseball, hockey, football, or basketball. Without further ado, let's get started with our very first athlete of the week, Christian McCaffrey. If you are a football fan, this should come as no surprise to you. McCaffrey has been putting up numbers so good this season that there were MVP talks for him, and that is very rare for a running back. On the season, he has rushed for 1,459 yards, has gotten 126.4 yards per game, and ran for 21 touchdowns. He is also ranked number 1 in all these stats in the league. So yeah, this guy is pretty good. However, we could be here all day talking about how great McCaffrey is, but for the sake of the segment, we need to go over what he accomplished this week. Over the weekend, McCaffrey and the 49ers faced the Lions in the NFC Championship and came out with a victory of 34-31. Christian had 20 carries for 90 rushing yards with 132 overall yards and 2 touchdowns. Although he is a running back, he also had 4 receptions. With Christian's help, the Niners now see themselves in a Super Bowl spot, going up against the Chiefs. This is a rematch from the 2020 Super Bowl where the Chiefs ended up winning 30-21. McCaffrey was not on the 49ers at the time, so will he be able to be that extra spark to bring home the title to San Francisco? He has been a great piece this year, so only time will tell until the big game. This has been the first episode of Athlete of the Week. Make sure to tune in next Friday for another episode. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.
Hey, my friend's a little hungry.
I can help you with that.
Christian McCaffrey is an absolute dog. I love talking about him, and I'm not trying to be biased, but that may be my favorite
As a
pre-recorded
Panthers
segment.
fan,
Yeah,
I love Christian McCaffrey, dude.
He could be the
Yeah.
best player in the league. Overall, I'm definitely best running back in the league.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned in the video, he's having MVP talks, and it's not very common for a player in his position. But what do you have in store for us for your?
Well, we got the top 5 sports clips of the week. I can't wait to show you guys what we have. There's so much good stuff in store. I can't wait to show you guys.
And then followed by that, we have Mark and Caden, our cameraman and producers, talk about this big Super Bowl coming up, so they'll give you a preview. And then we'll come back and give our opinions about the biggest sports news. So let's cut right to those.
Hey PC3, this is Anthony, and welcome to the top 5 plays of the week. Without further ado, let's get right into it. At number 5, we have Iowa versus Indiana. And center Khalil Ware finds himself open under the rim and dunks it over the Iowa defender. What a great play by the young center out of IU. You love to see it. And at number 4, we have the Hornets versus the Jazz. Rookie Brandon Miller takes the ball, drives it, and dunks it over Walker Kessler. This is a huge poster. And there was no chance Walker Kessler had any chance of blocking that dunk from the young man out of Alabama. A great play by Brandon Miller and a tough job for Walker Kessler there to try to block that shot. And at number 3, we have the Timberwolves and the Spurs and Anthony Edwards with the huge putback dunk. There was absolutely no one had a chance to jump like Anthony Edwards there. as you can see right here, there was no one close to blocking that. You can't. And at number 2, we have the NFC Championship. Brock Purdy drops back, slings it, goes off the Lions defender, and Brandon Ayuk is there to pick it up. This was a huge play for the 49ers, starting their big comeback. This was a big play. And at number 1, in the AFC Championship, Lamar throws it up, deflects it, catches it himself, and gets a big gain out of it. What a crazy play for the Ravens in the AFC Championship. Lamar stepped up to the plate and just does his own magic there. And that is quite the clip to see right there. Well, that's it, PC3. Those were the top 5 plays of the week. I hope you enjoyed and have a good rest of your week.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this part of Everything But the News. I'm Mark.
And I'm Kaden.
And we're here talking about the Super Bowl predictions. So, for this year, we got a rematch of the Chiefs and the 49ers. They played back in Super Bowl 54, and the Chiefs barely, or I wouldn't say barely, but they edged out a win 31-20 over the 49ers when the 49ers had the lead majority of the game.
This time, I think it's going to be way different since the 49ers have way more weapons now. Since back then, they got CMC, Christian McCaffrey, and they also got Brandon Ayuk. So
yeah.
I think, and George Kittle. So it's really a lot that they got.
And they have the new addition to their defensive line with Chase Young. So
yeah.
They also have a boost on their defense. They got 2 dominant rushers, and Mahomes should be a little uneasy in that pocket.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, but you also got to look at the Chiefs' strengths. The Chiefs have one of the best defenses they've had in this Mahomes era.
Yeah.
And they've been shutting out dominant teams. They held the Ravens to 1 touchdown.
Surprisingly.
So coming into this game, I think it's going to be tough for the 49ers to actually get their high-powered offense going.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a slow start, I'm guessing.
You think slow start for both teams?
Well, probably for the 49ers. The Chiefs have, I don't know how many consecutive games they have in a row with getting an opening drive touchdown. So the Chiefs are going to want the ball. And I'm thinking they're going to go down and score on their opening possession. So
opening possession, I don't know.
So I'm thinking, here's my prediction. I'm thinking San Francisco 24, Kansas City 17.
17. That's pretty fair, but I think because San Francisco might have a rough start in the beginning, first quarter. I think they might not have 24, but probably a little bit above 17.
I mean, I feel like the game's going to be relatively close going into half, probably a 14-17 game. I don't see much happening in the second half. I'm expecting it to be highly contested with defense in the second half. I feel like once both teams start to figure out the other team's offenses, they're going to start shutting them down. I mean, just give me total score of 40 points combined, max. I mean, if it is a shootout, it's a shootout, but I'm expecting these two defenses to come into the Super Bowl and be highly dominant and, just be highly defensive.
Yeah, what about that, about the Chiefs offense, Chiefs offensive weapons?
I mean, they do lack in their receiving core, but they do make up with Mahomes' playmaking ability.
Yes,
Mahomes could get out of that pocket. He's been relying on a lot of Rashee Rice. He's found Travis Kelce in some ridiculous catches.
His accuracy has been getting way better throughout the season.
Oh, for sure.
Especially in the playoffs. The playoffs, they just turn into a different type of monster.
So I have my prediction at 24-17 with the 49ers winning this Super Bowl. What's your prediction?
Mine, I would hope for a blowout because personally I was hoping that the Ravens would actually make it, but I think the 49ers will probably have maybe I would say around 28, and then the Chiefs will have 24, 21.
Okay.
Because I really see the Chiefs actually scoring a lot.
All right, and let us know what you guys think in your predictions in the comments below.
And who did y'all want to go to the Super Bowl if it wasn't the 49ers and the Chiefs?
All right, and that's it from us. I'm Mark.
And I'm Kaden.
Signing off.
Hey, you! On that couch there!
Mom? Are you tired of watching some boring old shows such as The Office? Yeah, obviously. Well then do I have something for you. It's The Friday Show. The Friday Show? That's right. The Friday Show has tons of episodes and things for you to watch. Like what? Well, we got reviews, skits, holiday specials, and many more. Holy moly! And check out this honest review about the show.
Man, this is the best show I've ever seen since 2008. This show is just so good. I bought a whole box of popcorn just to watch the show.
That's actually pretty cool. Where can I find it? It's on YouTube right now. Just look up PC3 Media on YouTube and you'll find it right there.
Always a good thing to hear from our fellow PC3 guys, and I don't know about you guys, but I can speak for myself. I'm super excited for the Super Bowl, a rematch of the 2021 where the Chiefs came up on top 31-20, I believe it was. So what are your guys' thoughts going into that? What do you think?
I think this is
a big thing to look for.
I think 49ers might get the revenge.
I think
Honestly,
so too.
with all those all-pros they have on offense, I think it's 6 all-pros.
Oh yeah,
It's literally insane. And I don't know how good the Chiefs' defense has been this season. It's been Mahomes' best defense he's had his whole career. I think it's still going to be so hard to stop that 49ers offense.
And like what was mentioned in one of the videos, they didn't have McCaffrey back then. And having a running back that's almost in MVP talks obviously can help you a lot. We saw in that NFC Championship. But, I mean, the Chiefs have been there, and we've seen that they may not be the strongest they've been throughout these years. But they have experience, playoff experience.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a really good game overall.
I almost feel like you can't bet against the Chiefs because like every single game this playoff, they're the underdogs. And
Yeah.
they just keep winning.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
is crazy.
So I don't even know.
And they just get better during this time of the year. Like February and January, that's the best time the Chiefs play their ball.
Yeah.
It's the best time Travis Kelce, Kelce didn't really show up during the regular season. He didn't even hit 1,000 yards. And then in
That's
the playoffs, he's been just taking over.
It's like he was in hibernation
Yeah.
or something.
Literally.
It's like almost you can't bet them as underdogs anymore because of like how good they've been. Like the Chiefs fans are gonna show out, obviously.
It's really the receiver room that has been stepped in. They stepped up. They were talked down on during the season. The drops, Kadarius Toney, they were just talked down on, and they've been stepping up these last few weeks. Rasheed Rice, the rookie, has stepped up as a rookie. So these are number one receiver as a rookie. It's pretty crazy, though, that the people that are stepping up for them.
Yeah. Let's go through our predictions. I'll start with you. Who do you think is going to come out with the win?
I got the Niners,
Yeah.
personally. Personally, I have the 49ers.
As much as I hate to say it, I got to go with the Chiefs. I think they'll pull it out, and Mahomes may be in GOAT talk after that. What do you think, Andres?
I'm going to say the Chiefs, too, just because I want to say 49ers, but I feel like Brock Purdy's inconsistent throughout the game, so I'm going to say the Chiefs.
How about you, Adam?
I'm gonna go Niners. I'm going Niners. I would say give me 26-23 Niners.
You think so?
Game-winning
That's
kick.
it.
Honestly,
That's it right there.
game-winning
That's the
kick.
prediction.
Yeah, but I mean, only time will tell, what happens. But it stinks that they make it 2 weeks away. It's the longest week
Oh, I know.
you ever have to wait.
I
But
hope it's not one of those Super Bowls. Remember, it was I think it was Rams, Patriots, where it was just super slow. Just
oh yeah,
boring
yeah,
and just-
yeah. The best thing about that type of thing is the commercials. I always get excited about the commercials.
The commercials never
Oh,
miss.
those are the best.
Like that one. Do you remember that Puppy Monkey Baby thing? That Mountain Dew commercial? That was ridiculous.
Oh.
But let's move on to NBA. We got some major stories coming up, such as LeBron is rumored to be in
On
the
the
trade
trade block,
market.
yes.
He had a tweet released the other day, 2 a.m., where he just tweeted the hourglass emoji. And people are speculating whether that means Darvin Ham's time is up or his time is up as a Laker. And what are your guys' opinions going into that? Do you think he'll stay, or do you think he's either thinking about retiring or going somewhere else?
Well, even last night, they said him and Anthony Davis sat out the game to make a statement to the Lakers. They sat out the game personally to make a statement. So it's going to be interesting to see because it does seem like it's something serious. So I don't know where he would be traded to, but I don't know. Any contending team would like him.
I mean, do we think it could mean LeBron's coming
What
to
is a trade
retirement?
even? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was just an emoji. I don't
Yeah.
think
No, there was a tweet by a reporter though about it too. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
what does a trade for LeBron even look like?
I don't.
They
know.
don't even know what it looks like.
Like we're getting to the point like maybe people say he's waiting for his son. To be fair, when you watch Bronny play, he looks like he needs some more work before getting to that NBA level.
Yeah, definitely a couple more years in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna need at least 2, especially coming off that cardiac arrest.
Yeah, and
It's hard
USC's
for him.
already having a tough season. They're only like 2-6, 2-7. So it's just
like they're not doing very well, and he seems to be like not quite ready for that next level yet. But maybe it could be nods to his retirement. I don't know yet, but he's when you see him play, it seems like he's not even close to retirement.
Yeah, but it also could be maybe a shot at Darvin Ham as the coach.
Yeah.
That's been a lot that's been talked about the Lakers, that Darvin Ham really doesn't really coach the team. He's not that good of a coach. He's been called out about. So maybe it's him trying to get the coach fired. We don't really know what's going on. Only time will tell what actually happens in this situation. And maybe we're overreacting. It doesn't really mean anything. It's a pointless story, but something to look at for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I don't see him going like anywhere else besides like just because like that's his ex team. I can't see him on like any other team to be honest.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
like what
Cavs.
team would you guys think would even fit him
Bulls.
right
I'm just kidding.
That would be interesting, honestly. Like,
crazy.
Wasn't Dwayne Wade on the Bulls for like a year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Warriors.
He goes to the Suns.
Curry and Bron.
That'd be nasty.
That would
Curry
be
and Bron.
insane.
I wouldn't like that.
Speaking
I
of,
wouldn't like that either, but
Imagine you went to like the Suns, like Devin Booker, KD, LeBron.
Dude, that would be insane.
No, that's just.
It would
Bradley
be.
Beal.
Would it be a Nets situation though? Like supposedly one of the best big threes of all time, and like they weren't able to just get it done.
I think LeBron's a perfect plug-in player because he's so pass first anyway.
Yeah. He's kind of like a coach out there. Like
Yeah.
you see him directing people. I could see him when he retires
Yeah.
being a coach. But
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be a coach or an owner at least, like just like Jordan is with the Hornets.
For him though, at least he's like super consistent. He's not always hurt. He's not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and speaking of which, you mentioned Golden State and Steph Curry. They've had suspension issues with Draymond. Curry is not an all-star for the first time in like 10 years, and unfortunately, their assistant coach had a heart attack at a team dinner and passed away. So, just not the best going on in Golden State. Could we see them maybe blowing it up? They don't want to pay Klay Thompson. It looks like.
I don't know what like their future really in stores. Jonathan Kuminga has been putting up in his last like 8 games. He's put up 20 points per game I've seen.
Yeah.
So they're getting that from him. Then you have the Draymond stuff. Steve Kerr's still trying to figure out the minutes. Minutes.
Yeah.
We've seen Kuminga complain about minutes, and they had to add Draymond. There's been it's just. I don't know what really like the future is for them right now.
Yeah.
They want to stick it out since they won a championship a few years ago. Maybe they still think they have that talent on the team. I just don't know what trade would like help them.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think maybe Kerr is getting some talks about just maybe they'll part ways with him? It may be too soon to tell, but what do you guys think?
I don't know. I feel like it's crazy. Like, I just can't imagine. Like, that's basically like my childhood just waking up.
Yeah,
like,
that's
literally.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine that. Like,
I feel like they need like another big man to be honest, because
Oh, yeah.
they don't have any like if they had like a Rudy Gobert or like a Jokic type player on that team, I feel like they could definitely be like a little bit more solid because like Draymond Green, he doesn't do the job as like a big man.
They have Trace Jackson Davis, the rookie from Indiana, but sometimes he can be a little bit inconsistent and not.
I think they just need
clutch.
more of like an offensive scoring big. Like a player I think they should trade for is a player like Lauri Markkanen. He made the All-Star team last year. He averages 20 points. He's a 7-foot big that can drive. He can shoot the three. I think that'd be a perfect piece to put with Steph Curry.
He has a Jazz team, which on paper is not good at all, in a playoff spot right now, I believe.
Yeah, they're nowhere near the playoffs, so I could actually see them trading Lauri, and that could be a good fit with Golden State.
Yeah,
I
for
do
sure.
like that.
For sure. But, I mean, it's just there's so much going on right now, and we're in full swing, and we're getting to that point for teams where there's really not that much margin for error, and they really have to start like getting stuff done and making trades that are essential to them. But yeah, I mean, we could talk about sports all day here, but let's move on to one of the other best parts of entertainment and music. Let's hear what Aiden has to say about his music review.
All
Alright guys, welcome back to The Spot. We're doing a little bit of a different format, and today I got a friend with me, a permanent friend staying here on the show.
What's up, fellas?
He's a little awkward, I'm sorry guys.
What's up, guys? I'm Cole, and welcome to The Spot. Brand new show that we're implementing, and let's have some fun with this, and
At the end of the day, it's all for the kids. Speaking of kids, has Gunna had a kid yet?
Nah.
Speaking of someone who has had no kids, we're going to be reviewing a very popular artist today. Someone I don't personally listen to very much, but Cole here likes to delve into him quite frequently.
Dibble and dabble in a little bit of Gunna.
We're going to take a drip into Gunna.
Alright.
That was corny as
yeah, let's not do that.
Alright. I guess we'll start off with a new song of his that came out on his last album. You wanna introduce that one?
So with this song that we have from his latest album is Bread and Butter, which came out actually right after he got out of jail from the YSL case. This song actually depicts just everything going on after the trial, post-trial of him and his life and everything that has been going on.
His love life, his family life. It probably doesn't talk about that. Let's take a look at some of the lyrics and see if any of these have a deeper meaning.
So right out the gate, we already have a lyric that he says in the beginning of the song, and it is, "They'll kill for clout, I'll put it on my dead brother." Yeah. And basically is what this is saying is he's talking about his friends, his brothers as he likes to call them, and this really shows they'll kill for clout.
It's showing how many fake people there are in his life, and maybe during his time in jail he was able to think back on that and realize that, won't say it, but I still got cutters. Yeah. This could be talking about how in the YSL case, his defendant knew that he was actually doing all these things, could have been doing, not saying that he was,
of course,
but could have been doing all these things, but he has to put on a front in front of him to say that, no, I don't do these things, I'm a different person,
And also in another lyric says, you switched on me when you know you were in business with a rat. And the boy that's like your brother, that's nobody, speak on that. The city see it clearly if I had to state a fact. And this is basically talking about the whole case of snitching and rats and a lot of symbolism along with those lyrics that really just provides a little bit more of what's going on in his life post-trial.
So we've taken a look at something from a newer part in his career, and now we're going to go back to his debut song. Maybe not debut, but one of his very big launching title songs, Drip or Drown.
I got wood grain in my dummy up buster. Cool $250,000 my go yard duster. I win the game, so you still got to shuffle. Born with the drip and just learn how to hustle. Look at your through these DL by focus. I get me some over. They say lately I've been looking like dollars. Pinstripe hot waters, I just like a golfer.
So one thing I want to say about this song that first comes to mind is it's got a lot happier of a flow than a lot of the songs off of his new album. He's a lot happier to be here in the rap game. He's got a lot more of a lively flow, and you could say he's a bit unexperienced so far to how this whole rap game goes.
I would say that this song has been played very much everywhere. You've probably heard the song. It's Gunna, Strip or Drown. Probably heard it on TikTok. Probably heard it from a friend. Maybe your boy had Aux last week and he's like, yo, you hear that new Gunna? It's not really new. And then you kind of just like get this back and forth thing with him.
And then you start thinking about your divorce, and then, the whole situation kind of...
And then you look back at life and you realize everything's good because we have Drip or Drown by Gunna.
Drip or Drown, yeah.
So a lyric that he says basically right into the song is that, born with the drip and I just learned how to hustle. Okay, so this is basically him saying that ever since he was a young man, he's always had it, okay? He's just now learning the hustle. He's just now getting into the game, and he's just now learning everything he needs to know.
The line that comes right after that, look at your expletive through these Dior bifocals, that's explaining the drip that he does have. The drip that he's acquired in his time as a youngin' and as an old head.
So after reviewing Drip or Drown and Bread and Butter for the segment that we have today for the rapper Gunna, we have concluded that, they're very good songs. We concluded that they both relate very well. We've concluded that doesn't matter.
It doesn't take a lot of great and overthought lyrics to create a good song, and I think Gunna is a great example of that because he's able to make people bop their heads, he's able to make people dance without saying a whole lot in his songs. And you know what? There's a certain beauty to that in itself. Simplicity over curiosity.
Go your pouch. Racks in a quarter ounce. 2 accounts. Large amounts. Shop around. Designer down.
It's that time of year again where you get to apply to vocationals. So I'm here to show you what we do. We are the radio broadcasting vocation, which means we do sports broadcasting. And there he goes! Skits on our Friday show. Why so serious? And my personal favorite, live production. If we grabbed your interest with all the awesome things we do here, then contact your guidance counselor to enroll. Or use the email on the screen to contact our class instructors.
Great segment there from Aiden and Cole. It's really nice to talk about music because we do a lot of sports in here, but I say music is as good, if not better, than sports for entertainment. So
100%.
Just to move it there, what do you guys listen to? What have you been listening to for the past week?
I've been listening to some Lucky, some Frank Ocean. I go a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
I like
solid.
to fluctuate.
I'm solid. How about you, Andres?
You know, I've been listening to a lot of like rock music just because, you know, it's real music. They're using instruments to make their music, and it's more real than this newer generation of rap and stuff.
You, Adam?
I've been listening to a lot of R&B. I love R&B. It's probably my favorite genre, but people like, you know, Frank Ocean and Daniel Caesar.
He's good. He's good. Me personally, I've been listening, like Andre said, I've been listening to some System of a Down and some Korn. And I was mentioning to you guys the Minecraft soundtrack. Like I use that for like when I'm trying to sleep.
That. It's smooth, huh?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah,
and
the album goes hard. For sure.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
I mean, we have so many albums released. We saw Liam in the other group, the 21 Savage album got released.
Oh, that video was great.
Yeah,
it was a great video.
What are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you like that? I mean, Red Rum's already a hit. I thought that was good, but there's some like experimentation on it. Like
I think it's good.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid album.
I feel like it's getting a little overhated a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it's good.
Yeah, people
really
just...
He definitely has better albums,
Yeah.
for sure, but like it's not like terrible.
Yeah.
I already see like 15 minutes after the album's released, everyone's just saying mid already. Like you didn't even take the time to listen to it, and that's what annoys me, you know. But it's just music is really fun to just listen to. Like I like to listen to jazz a lot. Do you listen to that?
No, I don't really listen to any jazz.
I like just hearing the saxophone, dude.
Yeah,
like,
saxophone's great.
It just sounds so nice, honestly.
Yeah.
That's just.
What
was that? That's not the saxophone at all, dude. It's like this, dude. It's like the flute.
All right, well, let's move on. That was fun. Let's go right back to sports. And if you guys remember, if you guys are OG fans, we had a debate segment in our Good Morning PC3. That's not going to be quite like this, but we're going to go on to our Rookie of the Year, two people that have made a name for themselves so far, Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama. And Chet himself, he was injured last season, and Victor is obviously one of the most hyped prospects in recent memory. So who do you guys personally is your pick for Rookie of the Year?
Got to be Wemby.
Yeah,
You think so?
100%.
I mean, he's leading all like numbers out of rookies.
The stats would tell you for sure.
100%. And Chet has like maybe he averages more minutes for him, and he probably has at
Chet
least
also,
6-7 more games played than him.
He's a better team, and I think if Wembanyama was on that Thunder team, that team would be way more unstoppable than just Chet.
Yeah.
Because I think you put Chet on the Spurs, and I think it's like if Wembanyama's impact would have so much more on the Thunder than Chet's.
Especially with Shea, dude. I mean,
that'd be unstoppable.
That would be insane. Yeah.
He's one of the best players in the league right now.
Like the way he can his alley oops, he barely has to get off the ground.
Oh,
to,
yeah,
like,
no,
get
it's
him.
crazy.
Like he can like almost standing dunk. He can almost just grab the ball and just stand over and put it in there. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems at sometimes when the Spurs are playing, it seems like Popovich tells them don't pass it to Wembanyama for some reason. Like it seems like they're avoiding him, and that's odd. Like I agree with you guys in the sense that if he was to go to the Thunder, it would be much better for him. But what Wembanyama has been able to do on a Spurs team that's super young and struggling is very impressive. So I personally think he will win Rookie of the Year myself.
I'm surprised he's like staying healthy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cause like I feel like a guy like him, he like wouldn't stay healthy. But I've seen the crazy like workouts he does and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was the big question for Wembanyama was will he be able to stay healthy? And that's why Chet was like discarded because he was hurt the whole season.
Yeah. And there's like I saw this clip of him like rolling his ankle on the
Oh, yeah.
floor,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
that
That didn't
somehow
look good,
didn't hurt him.
but
Yeah.
he was fine.
I mean,
He's an alien.
if you're flexible enough, I guess you'll stay healthy.
Yeah.
But the NBA is in very good hands. Like if we have people coming up like this, like I saw, there's another French player coming up that's also 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're feeding the people in France, but
They're getting
we got
some
baguettes.
we got so many young talent coming up. So yeah, it's just great to see. Do you let's move on to the Thunder.
Yeah.
How about the Thunder though? Like a team that didn't really have any expectations are now a #1 seed.
Yeah, and people were saying like, should they trade these players for trade all these picks they have for players? But these picks have been planning out. Even though they're like first year, 2-year players, they're still making great impacts on this young team and showing this young youth team could still get you a #1 seed, which is just crazy. Cause we thought they were going to be good this year, obviously. We thought they were going to be good. I don't think we think we're going to be the #1 seed good, though.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't think
And
they
they
were
got all
going to be
those
good.
2028 draft.
Yeah,
first-round
exactly.
picks and stuff, so they're going to be good for
I
sure.
would I would keep building from there, especially like as you were saying with all the young people on the team already. You might as well just build from there, especially the way they're playing right
Because
now.
each season they're only going to get better. It's not like they have veterans to worry about.
No.
They're only going to get better after season.
And being able to go through adversity, like the trouble Josh Giddey got into with those allegations and them being able to just play through that and be like, okay, you're dealing with this, you do your thing, let's just keep playing. I just think it's a really good environment there. And the Spurs on the other side have some work to do.
Yeah,
They may be a younger team. I don't quote me on that, but
it's been kind of like a losing environment.
Yes.
Which is kind of weird for Pop because he's not used to that as the most winning coach of all time.
Yeah, you got him screaming at the crowd when they're just like booing Kawhi like he's their grandpa or something.
Yeah, that was crazy for him to step in like that.
Yeah, but they have a lot of draft picks too, because as funny as it may seem, being bad for 5 years can get you some draft picks.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they can do. Like they have some good players. They have Keldon Johnson, who's decent. They of course have Wemby, but I can't really see them doing anything.
They just got to keep building up draft picks and then make free agency signings over time. And then if they have a trade open, make the trade. It's just they're gonna need time. That team is just gonna need time.
And speaking of which, just a Friday fun fact for you guys: we have Coach Popovich, arguably the greatest NBA coach of all time, has something in common with our instructor, Mr. Harvath, arguably the best PC3 media teacher of all time. They both graduated from Maryville, so I mean, that's pretty insane. We got from Indiana, we got some cool alumni. We have Jeff Smarja, Tim Bishop, who didn't really pan out the way he should, but he's a great athlete, and we have Greg Popovich.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So let's wrap it up. I want to let you all enjoy yourselves on this beautiful Friday. Thank you guys so much for stepping in. I know that the people who weren't here will definitely thank you guys.
It was fun. It was really fun.
You guys were great. So you guys all have a great Friday, and we'll see you on Wednesday for another episode of Everything But the News. Have a good one.